We're going to hit the streets to find out what makes people happy. Can you tell me what makes you happy?
I love funness.
Yes, Rastaman?
Boy, you chow me no pasta with some sweet corn and peas and carrot.
And you, young lady?
The halak corn beef with some golden corn makes me happy.
And what about you, young man?
I just love soy oil and sea salt.
Yes, ma'am. Can you tell me?
Can tuna or mackerel for me?
And here you have it, team. You can find your favorite happy products and more at AC Shillingford and Company Limited and other retailers island-wide. Back to you, team, at ACS. Great food, great price, only with happy.
Looking for flavor that blasts your taste buds? Welcome to Blast Bistro, Dominica's rooftop gem, perched above the Dominica National Lottery office. Sink your teeth into our famous Blast Burger. Savor our wings with signature sauces and sip in style with handcrafted cocktails that are bold and refreshing. Whether it's a night out or a celebration, we've got the view, the food, and the fun. Open daily from 5 p.m. Contact us at 275-4041. Blast Bistro. Good food, good vibes.
It no longer matters where you work or where you live. As long as you are a member of a credit union, you can access and benefit from COPEF Insurance Company suite of products. Loan Protection provides protection to you against the burden of any unpaid loans upon total or permanent disability or an untimely death of the borrowing member. Life Savings. This is a group life insurance which provides benefits to your beneficiary in proportion to the amount of savings you had in the credit union upon death. Ask your credit union about loan protection and life savings insurance from COPEF Insurance Company today. COPEF Insurance. We take away the risk. You are insured. Terms and conditions apply.
Good morning to you, Dominica. Good morning to the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. It is that time again, yes, that time again when we sit in the studio and we do Calypso moments. Let me quickly say good morning to you. The girls, Duncan Stowe will be joining us in a little while. The girls, come a little closer to the mic. And it's that time again. It is, can you imagine that?
Yes. Good morning to you, Kalai John Baptist. Good morning to our many listeners. And I was just thinking earlier when I walked and I said, sometime in March or thereabout, when the studio, so it's the second time for the year. And if memory serves me right, I believe it's the first time that we've had two sessions. Normally, our session would always start after eliminations.
Yes, eliminations, correct.
But I'm very happy to be here in studios today. And it promises so far to be, from what I'm hearing, you power the game.
Oh, yo. I'm dancing.
So we hope that this season will not be powered.
And you can relate to that thing they call power because I know you're a good domino player. You're a good domino player, so you can relate to that.
Yes. When I heard this song this morning, I did not hear it in its entirety. I felt that it was very interesting. Although well, I think we'll get back into that.
We'll get into it
later. But there's a lot to talk about, Kalai. We know the controversy in terms of the executive, and I mean it's a lot. And as you always say, Calypso is controversy, and it has started on a good foot in that sense.
And I expect to have the executives or some of the executive members. I did speak with the president, Mr. Caressa, last week, and the invitation was given to them and they accepted it. So I expect them to be in studios. I tried calling Mr. Later, the public relations officer. It went to voice note. So Mr. Later, don't forget we have an appointment. You and Caressa, we expect you all to be in studios. We have an hour and a half, so we'll be there until 9:30. We've gotten an extra half hour, the girls.
Yeah, I think last year or last season.
We were clamoring for that.
We had an hour and a half.
No, I think we had an hour.
No, it was an hour and a half.
Oh.
It was an hour and a half. So I think what we have to agitate for, not agitate, but
ask for.
Yes.
In a nice way.
It's for 2 hours.
I see the PD shaking her head. Not in the affirmative, that is. Not in the affirmative. But of course, yes, let's say good morning to all our listeners to Calypso Moments this morning. And it's nice to be there. I know Palu and all the folks will be listening. And let me also say good morning to my dear sister in England. It's her birthday, Doreen Francis. And of course, to Eric St. Louis, Tishi, they call him Lapwet on the pot.
Yes. Good morning to Tishi and happy birthday to you. I pray that the good Lord gives you strength and your sister Doreen as well. I'm sure Kalai, she will be celebrating, and to many persons who are listening to us, Big Mama, my wife, my mother, and Yvette, or many listeners
Yvette is
always
in tune, you know.
urge us to continue and give us that word of encouragement that we need.
Yes, indeed, and we are, and the girls also want to say thank you to our many sponsors. We've got Dominican National Lotteries. Ken George is always in tune. Ken George, thank you very much for assisting us. We've got AC Shillingford, the group companies of AC Shillingford. We've also got Copef Insurance, who has been around with us for a little while. Thank you so much to all of them for coming on board and sponsoring us. So it's a big thing tonight. Calypso elimination. I've already heard at least 2 songs.
Well, I heard Mystery this morning and a little bit of Singing Sandy.
Yes, Singing Sandy. Sandy's song was written by Alex Bruno. I have also heard a little of Trendsetter.
Yes, I heard a little of Trendsetter.
Trendsetter, good morning. So I've heard a little of him. I met Checo and I asked him for his song. He sang a little something to me and he said, wait a while, it will be released after elimination. I have been asking, why do people wait after elimination?
Well, I think it's the song to me is always a work in progress. So they are sort of feeling the pulse of what is happening and see what changes can be made.
And what is his name? The Checo said to me, and also Naren Trendsetter, they both said to me, when you release before elimination, especially if you are not going through elimination, your song gets drowned. One, it gets extra airplay because everybody wants to play it. And by the time elimination passes, then because remember, some of them come through quarterfinals and semi-finals, etc. So by the time that passes, they feel that their song gets drowned somewhere.
Yeah, but I mean, I do not want to ascribe to that totally, because if this song is powerful from day one, it will survive the entire duration of the season. We had Trilogy,
yes.
When he came in on the scene for the very first time.
That song was released the night.
From elimination. No, I'm talking
okay.
From elimination right to the monarchy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about his second song, his first song. And that is the song that carried him through.
Mm-hmm.
So that in itself now sort of dispels the narrative that your song will get drowned. No. If you have a song that is worthy of airplay throughout, good lyrics, good melody, I think it can stand the test of time for the entire season.
Okay, before we take a little break, let us look at the executive and all the controversies that surrounded the executive.
Well, I mean, I am hoping and wishing that Caressa, the president, and Daddy Chess appear in studio today, because there are quite a few questions I want to pose to them. Questions in the sense that how can the executive be more functional? What might have to happen in terms of constitutional reform? Because I believe that there is need to revise the constitution ASAP. And that is the vehicle, the guideline, the bylaws that drives how the season should unfold, who should manage Calypso. Because what happened in terms of Joey Lloyd remaining, I have an opposing view.
I have a lot of issues with that. And see what happened. He shafted them. All of a sudden.
Well, I'm not sure what is the reason or reasons why he resigned the post of treasurer. But what I'm saying, when you are elected for a term period, if you do not serve out your term, whoever comes in to replace you, whether you resign or you demit office, whatever it is, whoever comes to replace you must not start a fresh term of 3 years or 2 years. If you resign, Kalai, from your post and you have 7 months left in your term,
So whoever comes in,
must serve 7 months, and they must not start to say, oh, my term is 3 years, because a term of a member is 3 years. That is wrong, and I think that is what happened in that situation, and it's something that must be addressed once and for all.
so you're saying that it is something almost like the credit union movement.
Yes,
How-
yes,
how it
because
is done.
because what I understand, the top persons get the longer period of time.
Yes.
That is understood, no problem. But if I am elected for 1 year and I resign after 3 months, it means that I have 9 months left of my term. So the person who takes over from me has to continue from 9 months, not from 1 year.
That is interesting.
So whenever there's election, everybody, or based on how they stagger the terms, everybody must go together.
The other thing too, I problem that I have though, the constitution of the Calypso Association, that is, and you quite rightly said it in terms of revamping. It speaks about the 2 terms for an executive, and I guess for obvious reasons.
Yes.
So do you have issues with a 2-term?
Well, I have no issues with term limits, whether it's 4 terms, 3 terms, 1 term, whatever it is. But I believe 2 terms may not be adequate, especially if 1 term is 2 years. If you have a term is 4 years, then 2 terms might be sufficient, which is 8 years. But then 1 term 2 years, 2 terms 4 years, they might, if they want to stick to a 2-year term, then they can have term limits for 3 or at least 4 terms, because you want somebody, there's not a big impact that you can make in 2 years. You would have started the groundwork first year, second year, and then you are flowing into, so you must given an adequate opportunity to continue the work started.
Yes.
But that's my view again. That is
Well,
something
that's why we expect them in studio.
but even the same whole controversy, I was told that some persons who were not members, again I stand corrected, and I would be happy if they would be on set to clarify that. I was told that some persons who were not part of the executive had voting powers at the meeting, or if not voting powers, but they were allowed to participate in the business
session of the meeting. And that is wrong.
And I know the business session of a meeting is for members or those affiliated to the organization.
Yes.
Again, I'm not sure that is what I'm told. Again, that is part of the controversy.
Yes, because that would have caused a lot of controversy, and even we would have listened to a lot of voice notes, and we heard voice notes going back and forth within that time, and some of them were nasty, not in keeping with what you would want in terms of an executive. But again, we expect them here this morning. We expect them, and we expect them again to tell us how are they going to set the season. I think they've set dates for the quarterfinals. I think the quarterfinals is on the
followed after quarterfinals is every 2 weeks.
Yes.
Taking us to the
quarterfinals
quarterfinals
is the 17th. I think Saturday the 17th. I think I remember that vividly. And then and I know the finals is on Valentine's night, which is the 14th. So again, they have. One of the things also I heard the president speak about is that they have VIP tickets for tonight.
Yes, for this evening, which I think is a first.
Yes,
and again, maybe these are some of the things that you get with a new executive with fresh ideas and so on. So it will be very interesting to see how that pans out this evening.
What we'll do now, we'll take a quick break because we have a lot of sponsors. Let's take a break, and we'll be right back with you.
Looking for flavor that blasts your taste buds? Welcome to Blast Bistro, Dominica's rooftop gem, perched above the Dominica National Lottery office. Sink your teeth into our famous Blast Burger. Savor our wings with signature sauces and sip in style with handcrafted cocktails that are bold and refreshing. Whether it's a night out or a celebration, we've got the view, the food, and the fun. Open daily from 5 p.m. Contact us at 275-40 1041. Blast Bistro. Good food, good vibes.
It no longer matters where you work or where you live. As long as you are a member of a credit union, you can access and benefit from Corpep Insurance Company suite of products. Loan Protection provides protection to you against the burden of any unpaid loans upon total or permanent disability or an untimely death of the borrowing member. Life Savings. This is a group life insurance which provides benefits to your beneficiary in proportion to the amount of savings you had in the credit union upon death. Ask your credit union about loan protection and life savings insurance from Corporate
Team, we're going to hit the streets to find out what makes people happy. Can you tell me what makes you happy?
I love
and conditions apply.
Yes, Rastaman?
Boy, you chow me no pasta with some sweet corn and peas and carrot.
And you, young lady?
The halak corn beef with some golden corn makes me happy.
And what about you, young man?
I just love soy oil and Caesar.
Yes, ma'am. Can you tell me?
Can tuna or mackerel for me?
And here you have it, team. You can find your favorite happy products and more at AC Shillingford and Company Limited and other retailers island-wide. Back to you, team, at ACS. Great food, great price, only with happy.
Someone needs to answer questions they stifle in the fun. Inside Calypso grow. It's on the low. Workshop after workshop, same faces we see it. The conspiracy seems to be working. We've no help from politicians, so we turn to the people, and this is what we do. Somebody powizay the Calypso. And for them to score me high, they score it below. Somebody powizay the Calypso. Look like from the judge score shit, covered with bullshit.
Somebody Pawize the Calypso. Norrin J, good morning. Good morning to Trendsetter. He's listening. Of course, Willett in the United States. Good morning to you. Duncan Stowe is now in studio.
Morning,
Duncan,
Calais.
good morning.
Morning, Agus.
Morning, my brother. Morning.
All is well. Good morning to the listeners to DBS Radio. Pleasure to be here this morning with you guys. It's always a pleasure to come on and do it for the people, with the people, on behalf of the people.
On behalf of the people. And you're still very poetic, Duncan.
Well, Calypso is poetry, you know. When you hear prose in Calypso, there's a problem. One of the basic tenets of writing a good Calypso is ensuring that you have effective poetry lines or poetic lines in it, and that's part of the Calypso. I can't be talking Calypso and talking prose unless I'm on another program.
45, Duncan. Tonight we're talking about that. And oh yes, also I needed to say that the girls and Duncan, the president of the Calypso Association, he did indicate that they've increased the panel of judges for tonight. Normally, I think they would have had about 5 or 6. But anyway, they've increased the panel of judges for tonight simply because here he comes. So he's across there.
Are there any reasons for that? Why they increased the number of judges were about what, 5?
Yes.
And they brought it to 7.
He will answer that question, but he's there.
Well, I'm not saying the number will maybe
influence so much, yeah.
or maybe ensure that you have a better job done, unless it's a situation. I'm not sure. Well, I give the the members of the Calypso Association who are responsible for that aspect of it. I guess they will come and explain what are the reasons why.
Yeah, well, Duncan, the president, newly minted president, just walked into studios, Caressa. So I think there's a lot he has to answer in terms of bringing clarity to the many issues and letting the fans know exactly what is happening in Calypso, because in terms, for example, the number of judges that previously existed and what are the plans to increase the judges for the season. So there's quite a lot that he must tell the people, and I'm not even sure if he will have enough time. But we'll see how we can dissect, and we can see to it that we Calypso at the end of the day must be in a better position.
Duncan Norrin is saying, good morning, Duncan. Hope the 6 will be allowed to play.
Let's hope so. Let's hope that somebody will be able to play the 6 at the end of the day. If not, well,
it will die.
6. Well, they'll kill it.
And many persons they have an eye for 6, you know. Yeah, they have to make sure that 6 remains in.
I'm only hearing that song for the first time. I've heard it before, but the little that I've heard is a very nice written song, well written, poetic. The usual spins in it, and we have to apply it. And let's hope that on the night it is well received, well performed, and well received, and it at the end of the day will survive.
Well, Mystery, she brought us Cocoa Tea a few years ago, and many felt that song should have advanced, but for some reason it did not. So here we have Mystery this year. Pawizi. What she said in a sense is that, well, when I play dominoes, I'm very upset when it goes Pawizi, especially if I'm going to do and Pawizi that game.
Yes.
I mean, there's no good feeling to it. So I'm thinking that is what happened to her, and for her sake, I hope that the game will not be Pawizi, and then she can go on to, as long as she delivers that song, go on to at least say do at the end of the evening.
Why?
But the lines that I heard are very effective lines.
That is correct, Duncan.
If you understand Calypso, if you understand the issues that arise or have arisen over the years with judging, and you understand what Pawizi means, and if you using that phrase, poetic Creole phrase, and you're applying it to the Calypso art form, and that's what Calypso is all about. That's what impactful and effective Calypso is all about.
The very first time that I heard that was, I think, last week at the press conference that they had, and I was like, wait a while, is that Mystery? And she was allowed to sing it just at the end of the press conference, and I listened to it in its entirety, and I said, all things equal, once she presents that song on the night of the elimination, I expect her to go through. The way it was written, well put together. The phrases, somebody Pawizi Calypso, and she speaks to so many different things in the Calypso arena, and why she thinks that somebody would have Pawizi the Calypso. So and like the girls, we play dominoes, and you get upset, I get upset when you're about to do, and somebody Pawizi the game.
Say the game. Look at that game, Pawizi 6 on 5.
So you don't want that to happen. So again, she's saying that, look, I am in the arena. I have been in the arena, and most times I've been in the arena, somebody Pawizi in me.
And if the power means that the game has to start all over.
Even the problem she's going to have is if you have judges there that don't really understand.
And that is the problem that I have
really
also.
Apply the content. They cannot really apply and recognize the creativity in it, and cannot follow, because the little that I heard, I haven't heard the song in its entirety, but I just heard a little bit of the song as I was driving. I was listening as I came in. And I say, oh, that's a nice song, man, well written. But I haven't heard the other verses and see how the entire story is done. But if it's a story that is well written and the lines are applicable and well worked, we recognize, of course, that she's, as you indicated, Kalai, that she's in the poetic realm, that she is using the figurative speech, that the metaphoric language and that type of thing, she's using that. And she seems to be doing it, whoever the writer is, seems to be doing it very effectively. And it has a beautiful melody, you know, and she seems to be rolling along with it nicely. Of course, it's left to her performance on the night and ensuring that it is well delivered.
And also, I heard something of Sandy also, Duncan. Sandy is going to be on tonight also. That is a song penned by Alex Bruno.
So Sandy's on island?
Well, I would want to think, yes, she's on island.
Good morning, Sandy, to you if you're here. Good to have you on island.
And you know, she's a veteran.
She's been in the business for many years.
Many felt that about 20 years ago she should have.
Oh yes, she should have been crowned, man. Comely, that song there. Oh yeah.
Comely.
Yes, you know, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, I think she was very powerful this year.
I'm one of those who felt she should have been crowned.
She should have been crowned without a shadow of a doubt. The song she's singing has a double meaning. We will hear it there. But I think the president of the Calypso Association, he's seated, he's ready for us. Yes, he is all set and go. Good morning, big man.
Big man?
Well, you're the big man, you know, in the Calypso realm.
Good morning, Carla, the gallery, and my good friend Dunstan. The gallery, I must say congratulations. That's in order.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right.
I appreciate it.
But it's a pleasure to be here, Carla. I think this is the first knock for the season.
Yes.
I'm happy to be here. I was looking forward to that. I hope you don't ask me too many hard questions.
Well, the panel is there, you know.
I want to say good morning to your listening public, and let's look forward to a wonderful year, a wonderful season in Calypso this time around.
Well, I am going to leave it to the Reverend to give you the first knock, because he has a lot of questions.
And I know you're knocking hard.
So I allow him to take over from there.
Okay, so let me again extend deepest and sincerest congratulations to you for taking over the helm, and to the other Calypso executive members. I think there's a lot to be done, and from what I've seen from you, and I know some of the persons on the executive, I believe that Calypso is in good hands, and I have no doubt that your team will take over from where the previous team left out. So I will start by asking, what are some of the immediate plans that you all have apart from increasing the prize money? And maybe you could give us the genesis behind the increase for the Calypso Monarch this season.
Okay, well, in terms of immediate plans, and we can talk from the very beginning, we decided that we're going to give Calypsonian a chance to be Calypsonian. We're going to try to involve them in everything that we do in terms of decisions. We're going to engage them as much as possible. We have a number of players in the in Calypsos, our sponsors, judges, and patrons, and we want to engage them. So we want to have more stakeholder engagement this time around, so that we can get feedback and we can implement some of the very good suggestions. We recognize that off the bat, that one of the areas that we definitely have to work on is the production of our show. A production that will encompass almost everything to bring satisfaction to the patrons and to the sponsors alike. So we have, first of all, engaged a consultant to assist us in the production and the marketing of our show. So you will definitely see some difference around. We also know that there are a lot of concerns about the judging of Calypsos. So we have, well, of course, we started our workshop. That is something that is ongoing. So we started workshop for the judges. But at the same time, we are also enhancing standard operating procedure for the judges, so that they will be more accountable in their deliberations. So those are some of the things. I mean, they are on Carnival Day, Monday and Tuesday, you're going to see a big difference in terms of Calypsonian visibility. This thing where Calypsonians cannot sing on the truck fear of being disqualified of the road march. That will be out of the door. So Calypsonians can sing on any truck. If you want to sing on with signal, you sing with signal. If you have a song and Asa likes it, then we go with Asa. If it's swinging stars on the road, you sing with swinging stars. I mean, this thing where you have a hot song and your mouth scratching you to sing, and you're watching, you're looking at Shelley or even what's his name, Benji, trying to sing it because they love it so much, and your mouth there scratching you to sing and you cannot sing. This thing is out of the door. So if it's 10 people, we will find other ways to judge the road march, but that will definitely not be a disqualifying factor. The other thing that we trying to do as well is to incorporate our Buyo artists in our show. So we've been speaking with Shelley, we've been speaking with Ridge. I think we had some preliminary conversation with Asa to see how much we can incorporate them, so that we can target the younger patrons. And so far, those are going down very well, because people come to the show for different reasons, Skyline. Some people come for the rum and the party. Some people come to judge, although they are not judges, but they come to judge. Some people come to relax with their friends, and some people is a situation A. There's nowhere else to go, so let's go and hang out. So you have to create an environment that will encourage all to come. And at the same time, we have some people at their homes who are unable to come because of maybe physical challenges. I want to make sure that we bring
hold that thought a while, because I see we already have a call on the line. Caller, good morning to you. Welcome to Calypso Moments.
Yes, hello. The girls, Duncan, good morning.
Good morning.
What's up?
Good morning, everybody.
I'm okay.
Mr. Gallery, Reverend Gallery, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Morning, Paulo.
I good, the girls. I good. Listening to you all. I didn't want to call early because I was afraid maybe I would pause.
You want to do the pause? Don't pause it. Be short and sweet.
I don't want to pause it. But, Mr. Caressa, good morning. I just heard Mr. Caressa mention something, and I am totally in support of it. Calypsonian should not be denied singing on any truck on a carnival route and be feared that he cannot make through the road march. I am totally in support of that, very much. I'm listening to you all. I only heard Sandy and
Mystery
a while ago, but I will keep listening, and you will always hear my voice on a Saturday.
Okay, thank you very much.
But I am in total support of what the present president have just said. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Continue.
Yeah, so those are some of the things that we are looking at. Of course, I think you would have mentioned earlier that we have increased the pool for the eliminations from 3 to 5. Usually there were 3 judges at eliminations. Sometimes those judges have to judge up to 40, sometimes 50 according to the season,
Yeah.
What we felt as an association is that if we were to increase the pool to 5, it would enhance fairness, of course. It would enhance accuracy, the credibility of the results as well. But most importantly, you would have a broader range of perspective, especially when a show might appear to be very tight. So we have put that forward, and the judges coordinator, they have agreed. And tonight, you will have 5 judges. And also, the other thing that we have done, in the past, we would have 1 chief judge for the entire season. As a matter of fact, in the recent past, we had 1 chief judge serving for like 9 years, a chief judge. This time around, we have decided that every pool, every leg of competition will have a different chief judge. And so that's one of the big changes. So every pool will have a different chief judge, and that will help to build capacity among the judges. So on any given night, your show will not be held up, God forbid, if a chief judge is absent. Tonight you will have a new chief judge in the name of Natasha Henderson. A new chief judge, and come quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals, we'll dip for the chief judge.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Duncan and the girls, maybe let me Duncan come in there. Duncan, some revelations.
Well, he said a lot, and I think I would want to endorse or if most of what he has indicated in terms of some of the new ideas. It shows us some sign of progress. I wanted to congratulate the Caressa as being the one who is chosen to lead the organization for the next what is it?
2 years. 2
Next
years.
2 years, I guess, in the first instance. And if your report is one that is worthy of a high mark, I'm sure you will be endorsed for another 2 years. So I'd like to congratulate you, sir. And some of the the judges, the reasons given are certainly reasons that I think would be acceptable generally as to why you're moving from 3 to 5. It is a very, very serious and intense task at times when you sit on a panel and you have to judge so many artists on one given night in one show. So it's a good idea that to sort of increase for the reasons that you gave. The issue as you relate to the road march. I mean, why can't a man sing a song on the day of? I don't know why that became a law and persons were prohibited from singing, or there was a law banning artists who took part in a season from going on the road and singing on the road if a band called them to sing. And I think if a band decides, Swinging Stars for example, that they're on the road and they have a list of maybe 5, 6 guys who want to sing their song, or the band wants to play their song, and the artist is there and willing to sing on the road to entertain. I don't know. I couldn't see the rationale behind that, but I'm sure if you listen to the other side, maybe they might have something different from the Caressa as to why that was prohibited. I don't know. But I mean, so far, it's a sign of some sort of progress, some sort of development. It's a new team, and I'm sure they would come with their new ideas. But we would want to congratulate those who have been there before and the work that they have done, because I know a lot of work have been done. I'm not sure if there is any other Calypso association in the region that has their own facility. Dominica might stand alone in that regard. I don't know. Caressa might be able to fill in and say something on that. So that is a grand achievement. It's been there for a number of years, and maybe persons seem to take it for granted. But that's a big achievement for a Calypso association, especially given the fact that you now have falling attendances at the shows. And I think it's a good idea that was brought up. You have to have, because that's one of the things that I would have thought that I think certainly can increase the numbers, where you have collaboration between artists, so you would have a cross section of persons, because we are not the only one. I don't think we're the only one where the attendances at the Calypso finals have been impacted by a lot of the various genres of music, different activities taking place. It's a very good idea to bring in one or two Bui artists, and that maybe is very likely, I believe, we'll see how it works, to increase the numbers for the Calypso Association, and of course have an increased returns so they can pay the band better, pay Calypsonians better, and at the end of the day have a better price attraction in terms of the money for the monarch.
Okay, someone just said there, good morning, I'm listening. I heard the Calypso president spoke of SOP, standard operating procedure for judges, but the judging criterion needs clearer specification and scoring. Please, Supli, I am willing to give support. That is from one person. Another one said, well, we'll deal with, okay, who will be eligible to be a chief judge? There was also a deputy chief judge. So someone is asking that question. Also, someone says, great news so far, Mr. President, sounding good on your ideas. Okay, so these are some of the comments that we have going. Before I get to you, the girls, I think it's an opportune time for us to just take a quick break because we need to acknowledge the persons who are paying the bills. So let's take a quick break and we'll be back.
Team, we're going to hit the streets to find out what makes people happy. Can you tell me what makes you happy?
I love condensing.
Yes, Rastaman?
Boy, you chow me no pasta with some sweet corn and peas and carrot.
And you, young lady?
The halak corn beef with some golden corn makes me happy.
And what about you, young man?
I just love soy oil and sea salt.
Yes, ma'am. Can you tell me?
Can tuna or mackerel for me?
And here you have it, team. You can find your favorite happy products and more at AC Shillingford and Company Limited and other retailers island-wide. Back to you, team, at ACS. Great food, great price, only with happy.
Looking for flavor that blasts your taste buds? Welcome to Blast Bistro, Dominica's rooftop gem, perched above the Dominica National Lottery office. Sink your teeth into our famous Blast Burger. Savor our wings with signature sauces and sip in style with handcrafted cocktails that are bold and refreshing. Whether it's a night out or a celebration, we've got the view, the food, and the fun. Open daily from 5 p.m. Contact us at 275-4041. Blast Bistro. Good food, good vibes.
It no longer matters where you work or where you live. As long as you are a member of a credit union, you can access and benefit from COPEF Insurance Company suite of products. Loan protection provides protection to you against the burden of any unpaid loans upon total or permanent disability or an untimely death of the borrowing member. Life savings. This is a group life insurance which provides benefits to your beneficiary in proportion to the amount of savings you had in the credit union upon death. Ask your credit union about loan protection and life savings insurance from COPEF Insurance Company today. COPEF Insurance. We take away the risk. You are insured. Terms and conditions apply.
That is Sandy. We'll get back to Sandy in a little while. And of course, remember, you can always call us 1-800-327-448-3284. Join us in our discussion. But this is Calypso Moments. We have with us the president of the Dominica Calypso Association, Gregory Caressa Revere, with us. And of course, tonight is elimination night. Mr. President, you also spoke about at the press conference. You spoke about let me see. Before I get to that, I remember my thought. Let's take a quick call. We have someone on the line. Caller, good morning. Welcome to Calypso Moment. Hi, caller. Are you there with us?
Yes, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Calypso season.
Oh, thank you very much.
And congratulations on the deacon.
Thank you very much, madam.
Congratulations. Well, it's the whole season there, so the power say nothing.
I know that mystery.
Right. So I want to also congratulate the executive of the Calypso Association. So far, what I've heard from the president sounds very interesting. Great idea. I am really happy to hear the discussion and the plans that the executive has, and that to realize Calypso is not the executive of Calypso, and that everybody has to have a little say in it, a little push, a little grab. Everybody has an idea. Your ideas are welcome. My decision may be final, but however, I have to listen to your ideas. So congratulations again, and I am listening. I'm not talking for my free ticket because I will pay my ticket.
We no problem. We welcome that. Yeah.
All right, then. So gentlemen, have a good one and a good show tonight and a good season for a good Calypso season.
Thank you very much. Okay, no problem.
Okay.
And yes, the president spoke about the VIP. First time in the history we will be having a VIP also at the night of elimination. People used to take elimination for granted before. Years ago, you and blah blah blah, blah, you know, people go to elimination and that long, whatever. Also, he spoke about the increase in price. He spoke about that, and they won't be having a bar tonight, but he did indicate at the press conference that they will be having a bar from quarterfinals right through to the finals. So, Mr. President, Mr. DeGallery also has a few more questions, but bring us up to speed with your VIP tonight and a few other plans that you have in making. But also, I also want to ask you, in terms of the inheritance of the coffers of the Calypso Association, what did you find there? And what is in there? But we have a next caller because we also want to take callers also who are joining us. We have a next call on the line. Let me take that caller right away. Oh, we lost that caller. So, Mr. President, continue.
Okay, well, first of all, let me, I'll start with the last question first. I really want to commend the former executive, that is Observer, and his team. I think they did a tremendous job for the time they've been there. And even former executive, I mean, as Dunstan indicated earlier, we were able to construct our own house. And that's the only house in the Caribbean, the only Calypso house in the Caribbean. So I really want to commend the former executive. Of course, as soon as we assumed office, we had a meeting with the former executive, and there was a true smooth transition. So they provided us with tremendous support. And hence the reason why I can speak with a little confidence, you know. In terms of what is there, of course, it had enough to commence the season, and we really want to thank them for their stewardship over the years, and that is something that we hope to continue. You spoke about the VIP. Wow. I mean, and people are calling for the VIP tickets, eh? Of course, I'm not sure if we had ever had a VIP at elimination before.
Doubt.
But we recognize that there are a number of people who want to come to the elimination, but they may not want to be on the grounds. They would want something a little elevated where they can sit, or maybe at around a cocktail table, hang around with their friends. Maybe later on we may think of even putting a big screen just for them alone, you know. So we are providing that service where we'll have some bottle girls who will be providing service to the people at eliminations, at the VIP. We'll also have, they will be getting 4 complimentary drinks. There will be a bar at this area in close proximity where persons can They don't have to go to the main bar downstairs. The service will be upstairs. And they will have a full view of the entire stage. So I think it's looking good. It's very, very cheap, $100. And even on review, we figured, boy, this thing should be about $400, you know. But you see, we want to give back to the patrons. Hence the reason why we have it at $100. But of course, at the quarterfinals and the semi-finals and of course the finals, we'll have the upgrade of the VIP. So I want to encourage persons to get a VIP ticket. It's very, very limited. So you can call me at 618-3794. 618-3794 if you to pick up that ticket. Also, we have the Calypso House going to be open at 9 o'clock this morning. So persons who want to pick up their ticket can move to the Calypso House from 9 o'clock, where you could get your regular ticket. You could get your regular ticket at $20, your seating ticket at $30, and your VIP at $100. So from 9 a.m., Calypso House will be open to facilitate those who want to get a early ticket.
That's in the next 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes, we've seen some very progressive and bold steps by this administration. I want to join you too in congratulating the former executive, immediate past, observer, trendsetter, and the likes. I think they did well, and then I'm very happy that you indicated that the transition was very smooth, and that augurs well for the continuity of Calypso. But I want to ask two questions quickly. In terms of the use of the Calypso House, and many persons are of the view that more use should be made of that facility, greater use in terms of making it an income generating facility. And we all knew of the controversy just before and around the elections. What are there plans for a review of your statutes or your constitution?
Just before you answer that, we have a call on the line. Let's take that caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to Calypso Moments. Caller, are you there?
Yes, good morning.
Hi, Stein. Good morning.
Time of the earth.
Yes, I'm going to be with you this year, so
yes,
we'll always continue to drop by to say hello. I just wanted to add a touch and to say congratulations to the executive and to say that I love elimination. In the two works that I've written on Calypso, Calypso Drift and Calypso Drift and Water, the elimination excites me. And I always believe more could be done with it in terms of animation. You know, we love the jesters, those who make us laugh, those who forget their song, those who do not show up. You know, it's a fun way to start the carnival, and in the Calypso, and in the midst of it, you have Calypsonians emerging to form the 12. I think it's fun. We need to make it humorous. Comedy could be added, you know, to that particular, you know, you could bring a comedian for all you know. And let that be a significant, that's where costumes begin to take shape. That's where we begin to play individual parts, you know, if we're taking it seriously. So I just thought I'd share this. We don't get into Vine, but congratulations on that first discussion and press on. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Stein. Yeah, you know, for whatever reason, I yesterday Stein crossed my mind. I said, you know what, I must call Stein and tell him about the program and tell him that I would want him to join us, you know, at one of our sessions. And here it is, Stein is there with us, always listening. Stein, thank you so very much.
I'd like to take it from a different perspective, though. I'm happy that Stein called, because something that crossed my mind, especially when we were dealing with the judges and the increase from 3 to 5. I've made this suggestion a few times that I think maybe one of the ways we could develop judges, apart from the workshops, is to have the greener judges, persons who are sort of new to the business, work with others who are more experienced and can share and they can learn from. because I can only speak for myself in that regard. The years that I've been in radio, the experiences that I've had has been a lot to do in terms of my own personal development. A lot of the learnings that I've gotten have been from working with people like Stein and even persons like Alvin Knight. I always remember a situation where I had never done a Madame Wop duet show before. And Alvin told me, man, come man, let's go, man. So Alvin and we sat together with the panelists. I can't remember if it was DBS or might have been Kyrie, I'm not sure. But we were on the panel together doing the broadcast. And all I did, I allowed Alvin, made a few comments, and I allowed Alvin Knight to do the broadcast, to do the first 2-3 competitors. I observed, I listened, I learned very quickly, and within when I was called on by Alvin to comment, I was able to do or say something based on just my sitting there with him, listening and observing and carrying it through. And I think there's a lot to gain if you have a situation, coming back to the point that I was making, the judges in Calypso, where you have juniors working with seniors. I mean, seniors that who you know are impactful, and well, these days you hear about influencers. So maybe who can influence the younger ones or the persons who are interested and have volunteered and are given their time to want to be part of the Calypso as it relates to judging. This is something I think that needs to be considered. I'm sharing it again with this new panel of leaders, the new executive of leaders, Carissa being at the helm. I don't know if you all might want to make some comments along those lines or say something on that.
I'm in full conformity with what you're saying. I think that is something that has merit, and it will only benefit the judges and widen the pool. I know it was done well where they had what they call shadow judges, if I'm not mistaken. But you, Duncan, you're more looking at a situation where you want them to be mentored.
Correct.
And I think that is the way to go. I think it's a progressive move, and it should go beyond just being a shadow judge. It should go where you observe these people, they are questioned, and they listen. And as you said, more experienced persons must be made to pass on that information. So I think it is something that this new administration would want to look at, because certainly it has merit, and at the end of the day, it will increase the pool of judges. And based on what we've seen, that is where the Carissa and his team want to go in terms of widening the pool of judges.
I also want to share my thoughts on that, and I think, again, it's a good idea. You know, moving from 3 to 5, that's very good, because, you know, you have what like the girl said, shadow judges. And every time I've been saying to myself, why would you want to have 3 judges in a Calypso elimination to sit for over how many hours? From say 8 o'clock, right? Sometimes to 3
in the morning.
3 in the morning. You must have errors.
And
you get tired, you get fatigued.
And then we've seen good Kaisos, for example, what Mystery had a couple years ago, maybe last season. These things, unfortunately, they get lost in that melee.
Mm-hmm.
They are paused. And so that is what you're trying to avoid, to ensure that the good songs at elimination, they have a fair chance of advancing.
And that's very important. And just want to remind our listeners that you're listening to Calypso Moments. Don't forget there's Calypso elimination this evening. It's at the Josephine Gabriel's
Factory Road,
Valley Road,
former
yes. Office of
Justice.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight from 8 o'clock. There were 2 questions posed to the president by Mr. De Gallery as it relates to the Calypso. I think
Calypso House.
Yes, the Calypso House.
Constitutional reform.
Constitutional reform. So, Mr. President, your turn to answer.
Yeah, well, I agree with Reverend that we need to make greater use of the Calypso House. So far, We use the Calypso House for workshops, training. We have some band practice, and more for our administrative purposes. But we believe that the house can be put to greater use, and we are open to ideas. So, Reverend, maybe you can inform us, not on air. I mean, we could.
Yes.
We can always have a private conversation, off air, as to some of the ideas we may have. So we could try to implement, at least after the season, because right now our focus is to make sure that we have some successful shows, our quarterfinals, semifinals, and of course our finals. And to that end, we want to make sure that our tickets are out extremely early. So tickets for all the shows will be out before Christmas. We're going to have tickets online. We're going to have early bird prizes. Not early bird prizes, but early bird tickets. That will be before the Christmas. And we will have our advance tickets. We also have our regular tickets, our seating tickets, our VIP tickets. So they're all going to be online before the Christmas. So persons can go online and we will give you the site. Well, we are working with Events this time around. So you go to Events website and you get all your tickets for Calypso 2026. So we try to put one or two things in place as early as possible. So we agree with you, my brother, that the Calypso House should be generating more income. And we're going to look forward to some of those ideas so we can implement this time around.
One of the things that I would like to see, though, I mean, I'm not at your meetings, not a member, but executive member, but a member of the broader Calypso support team, those of us out there who listen and love the art form. I believe for posterity, one of the Calypso, not if not your team, some team one of those days, because I've thrown that out in the past, take up a few projects, off-season projects, and maybe do a few productions with some of those of yesteryear, some of the older guys who've been there before. Yesterday's children, for posterity, we do some productions where sometime in the future we can go back and say, well, these were some of yesteryears. I mean, some of them don't compete anymore. Do something that they could be involved. And one, two of their great songs that maybe if we had done that when people like Spider were around, we would have had some good productions with people like Spider, because we talk about Spider, the great Spider, all the time. We talk about the great Brick all the time. We talk about some of the greats, the Solo, the Tronada, the Tokyo. We need some productions that some productions be done. And I think the Calypso Association is well poised to lead that type of charge, where productions are done from some of the greats that have passed, that are still around with us, some of them who are still around with us.
The Piki, for example.
Piki, that is a good example. And that we can, I guess maybe you put it on wherever you put it and you sell it, whether it's via, you do it with film, TV, whatever. And that we can have that people can contribute to, and we can go back to 50 years. 50 years from now, the technology might change, but you have ways of which you can convert stuff. I think that is something that is greatly needed. Don't pass on that opportunity, Mr. President. I leave that with you.
Thank you very much. Just to address that quickly, presently I'm in discussion with one of our executive member, that is Tronada, where we're going to try to put a database together. And I think most of what you mentioned there will be incorporated in that, the whole question of the production. So you go online and you click on Calypso, let's say 1969. We had Calypso done 1969, and then we could get the artists who perform, and if we have some videos of them, you could see them. So those kind of things, I think, are very welcoming. In terms of the constitution, because I think earlier on you mentioned
the gallery spoke about that, yes.
Constitution. The plan of the executive is to have a constitution review immediately following the season. So we will be involved in some consultation. We already have a draft. I saw a draft that we will have some more discussions on, and then we're going to take it to the membership, have some consultation. So by the end of the year, by the end of 2026, we should have a reviewed constitution of the DCA.
Anything else?
Yes, but I mean that is a very welcoming news. But in terms of you, apart from going through that process in the future, term limits, and do you believe that a term of 2 years is sufficient to I mean, your personal opinion, is it sufficient to get things done?
Well, the thing that is to be very honest, it's not something that I really thought of to give you a definite answer. But I believe if there is a smooth transition, if there's continuity, because you have a situation where like this time around we end up changing the entire executive. Really and truly that shouldn't happen. We should have at least 5 or 4 persons who are continuing from the previous executive. So because of that situation now, we find ourselves having everybody is basically new to the whole thing. I mean, good for us, Calypsonians are like brothers. So we're able to piggyback and get the support of the former executive. But in terms of a 2-term limit, I think if we have a good transition, 2, and I think it's 2 consecutive terms. So you can stay up to
4 years?
You could stay up to 4 years. 2 consecutive terms. You know, so after 4 years, that's the term limit of a president in America, you know. So after 4 years, I think you can take a break. And of course, if you want to come back, there's still the opportunity for coming back.
Looking back, or should I say looking back, as we look ahead, yes, what do you have planned? You spoke about workshops, etc. You spoke about the for tonight, but you also the constitutional reform. But do you have any other things planned? Because some people feel that, look, when the Calypso season ends, basically that is the end of you don't hear anything about the executive. But do you have anything planned as it relates to that out of the Calypso season?
Yeah, well, the thing is, we are still in discussion, and of course, following the season, that is when the work really begins, because we have to continue our engagement with the public, our sponsors. We have to, in terms of reaching out to, if it's the schools. So there are a number of areas that we are thinking about. We are putting the program together. So immediately following the season, Calypso Association will get back to work. We have Trinidad who is busy working in terms of upgrading our website and so on. So those are some of the things that we are looking forward to immediately after this. Right now, we really want to focus on the season and to ensure that we have some successful shows. But of course, there are some things that we are thinking, and we are still open to ideas. So, of course, Carla, if there are things that you can share, I mean, I know people who are also concerned about our involvement during the independence season. What can Calypsonian or Calypso Association do during the independence season?
You used to have a Calypso around that time. There used to be, I think, Picky was strong. The
Independence King.
Yes, Independence King.
Yeah, and true. And the other thing too is that we noticed quite a number of women participating in the Calypso competition this time around. Well, in the last 5 or so years, women basically been dominating. What about the Calypso
Calypso
Queen,
monarch.
the female Calypso Monarch show, maybe sometime before the during the independence or so on. So we open to ideas, and we will see how it goes after the season.
Yeah, because it's interesting because I recall many years ago there used to be that competition for only females. But just one more question. There's a school of thought which says that active Calypsonians should not form part of the executive. What are your views on this?
Well, the thing is, Calypso Association belongs to Calypsonian. And from the association, from the membership, you have you get your executive members. Now, I am a very active Calypsonian, and I can tell you this is putting a lot of pressure on me. I have to interact with the patrons, I have to interact with the sponsors, I have to interact with the judges, so sometimes I even consider, I'm wondering if I really have the courage to go and sing a calypso. But if you find yourself in a situation where most of your, let's say, senior Calypsonians, persons who may have the ability to assist in leadership, if they decide that they're going to pull out from the competition, then you're going to have another school of thought telling you, hey, we need our Calypsonians to come back and sing. So it's a very, very delicate balance. As I tell you, in my case, and I think 90% of the executive currently, they are part of the competition. We have Royet who will be singing tonight in the eliminations. We have what's his name? Mystery, who is singing tonight. Who do we have again? We have Bingo, who will come in at the quarterfinals. Daddy Chess, who will come in at the quarterfinal. And then we have Liberator, who is actually singing tonight. So most of the Calypsonians are part of the competition. And I think the guys have to go out there and sing their songs. I mean, if you wear different hats, you just have to manage it accordingly.
Someone is asking you to repeat the link to purchase the tickets. Also, I think you'll be having pay-per-view. So maybe you also want to let the people know that. I think it's probably going to be via DBS. And what's the cost? I want to also ask, we know, over the past years, we've been talking about the stage and the cost of the stage, etc., etc. But your new executive, have you all gone to government to seek some audience with them and find out in what way, shape, or form they can assist?
Yeah, well, we are in discussion with the powers that be. We haven't come to any final conclusion as yet, but we are in preliminary discussions, and we're hoping that we'll get something favorable. Of course, it's very expensive to host the Calypso show. I mean, the venue, stage, and lighting alone is about $45,000. Band, we're talking about close to about $30-something thousand. To pay the Calypsonians, when we look from eliminations, or not from eliminations, but from quarterfinals all the way down to finals, we're talking about $129,000. So it's quite an expensive show to run. Hence the reason why we open the doors for sponsors to come in to assist, and it could be cash, it could be kind, and we also realize that we have to find ways and means to grow the income at our shows. Hence the reason why this time around, for quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals, this year hope to operate a bar, and we hope that the public can come out and support and patronize.
But so where are you going to get the $5,000 that you've decided to increase for the Calypso finals, the monarchy. Where are you going to get that money?
Well, you could ask me the same question, where we getting the 20,000 to give the individual? And that is established for since 2009. So if since 2009 we paying the monarch $20,000, are you saying that we haven't seen growth in the art form? Are we saying that we should bring it down to 15,000 because we figure, well, things are not happening for Calypso? I think we just have to think big. And if this year is successful, we'll bring it to 30,000 next year.
I agree with you fully, Mr. President. And what's important is growing our income stream. And I think the bar and the VIP certainly will add a drop in the bucket. And that money in itself can be used. I know this year, not a pilot, but this year you are increasing. So maybe next year or moving forward, the first runner-up and the second maybe can get a 2,000, 1,000, whatever it is. But I think the price cannot remain stagnant. Because these Calypsonians, the expenses have grown tremendously over the last couple of years. So I think from what I'm hearing from you, these are positive signs. And Calypso continues to be in good hands. It was in good hands, Observer, Trendsetter, and the likes. And I think the transition, as you said, have been smooth. And I urge you all to continue. And it's very important. And as you said it rightly, the involvement of stakeholders. Everyone has a contribution to make. And the more you sit around the planning table, the better the art form. But my final question to you, you accepted the resignation of Mr. Joey Lloyd as the treasurer. Has someone replaced him?
Yeah, Liberator.
Okay, then.
Also, Liberator was incorporated. So how did that go about? You all just had to co-op someone?
Yeah, so we co-opted Liberator. And of course, at the next AGM or the next special meeting, the general membership
will ratify that.
Will ratify it. Mm-hmm. But the executive has a responsibility to fill vacancies, whether it be on the executive itself or otherwise to ensure smooth administration of the association.
You following the steps properly in terms of being democratic, but when will his term come to an end, Mr. Liberator? Will it come to an end together with yourself and Dali Chess and the others who were elected? Because remember, we're saying that Joey Lloyd term should continue. If you get what I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
So, because from where I sit, and based on what I've heard, Liberator should demit office before the likes of you and Daddy Chess and the others.
Okay, so I think from a technicality standpoint, you are correct. Because if he is basically replacing Joey, who is Joey?
Yes,
I read the Calypso name, Explosion.
Yes, Explosion.
If he's replacing Explosion, it means that he has to continue until Explosion term ends. That's a fact. Of course, we have AGM every year. So at the next AGM, those decisions will be finalized.
Someone just pointed out to me that the constitution of the Dominica Calypso Association does not make room for the executive to co-opt someone. I don't know. I don't know. But that is what someone was pointing out to me. But we have only just about...
But I think one of the questions I'd want to ask, though, because Carissa, you mentioned that you have a new constitution, a draft of a new constitution. How soon do you hope that new constitution...
No, sorry. I saw one.
He saw one.
Okay.
Yes,
I saw one.
You saw a draft?
Yeah, I saw a draft.
Okay, so you're saying that is something that was done before your time?
That's right.
Okay, so it's now that you are reviewing it to determine whether you're going to adopt it.
That's right.
And then ratify it.
That's right.
Okay.
Well, Duncan, that is where your legal expertise comes into
I'm
play.
just listening. I follow all the arguments and the debates from a distance. Well, I'm here now as part of the panel, and I'm hearing certain things that I never knew before. So I guess we will hear, all of us will hear from the executive when they have their grand announcements as to whether or not they have a new constitution or what is. And maybe I'm sure we'll get a copy.
Yes.
As a panel.
Panel for us to also look at. Yes, and review. We have a next caller there.
Even before we go to our next caller, Kala, I think I want to humbly suggest that there should be wide consultation, and not only from Calypsonians, but from the general public. Maybe you could have a 1 or 2 hour session, let people give their views, tell them, okay, this is what I have, what do you think? And then Calypso, the members would have the final say. So I would like to see something like that taking place.
We have a next call on the line. Caller? Oh no, we don't. Yeah, so someone is saying that the constitution is clear on how an executive member must be selected. That is a gray area, again, with constitutional reform. But just handpicking a member who was next in line at a concluded election is quote-unquote illegal. As a matter of fact, Danyan and Liberator both got 16 votes. What gave Liberator the edge over Danyan? What was done was unconstitutional.
Even before
that could take up the entire rest of the show.
Yes.
So I think maybe we'd have to leave that discussion for another time. When we really have time, that we can delve into the real issues and the nuances in relation to some of the issues that arise as to whether or not certain things are constitutional, whether or not, because I have not seen the constitution.
None of us have
seen
it.
it.
Yes,
so
correct.
we'll be talking out of turn, I think,
yes.
to be in a discussion on a particular piece of document that we have not seen, that you get in comments on.
Yeah.
And I just had a note there from one of our listeners out there, Gordon Henderson. Gordon says he's with us and he's sharing he has shared our link, letting the rest of the Calypso audience know that we're on. So thanks, bro.
Yes.
For that endorsement in terms of the show. We know that you're always there with us, and of course Stein Cole, and I'm sure there are a number of Dominicans who are out there in the diaspora following Calypso moments and following what is happening in Dominica. You know, I had a friend who lived in London, and he had a computer at his home, and the computer was just delegated to DBS and all of those happening on DBS.
On DBS,
yes.
But DBS has a wide listenership. I mean,
that's all the computer did. Monitored DBS for him.
Yes.
So we know that there are a number of persons out there who may have they have some sort of gadget or some sort of device, and the device takes them back to their island, so they are at home at the same time whilst they're out there doing their duties and living their life.
Just about 3 minutes or so left. Carissa, your final closing moments. Calypso elimination tonight. You need to woo the public, the general public, to come to that show tonight. Your final comments, please.
And even before he answers, what are some of the big names that we should expect this evening?
Well, we expect Queen Sandy. As a matter of fact, I saw her on the front page of a newspaper. Yeah. And she came in last night. She practiced last night. I made arrangement to ensure that she reached home safely last night. So we expect her in her flying colors this evening. Of course, we have seen a new video of Mystery. I don't know if you saw it, but
yes, we've playing dominoes.
Yeah,
somebody Pawize.
I honestly cannot remember at elimination stage. We have people presenting videos. So Mystery is on, and she has taken it to a different level, I must say. And I really want to commend her as the secretary of the association. She's really leading by example. So I want to really commend Mystery in a lovely way.
But I really want to make a quick comment, the passing comment. I hope the judges that you have on the panel tonight do understand what Pawize mean, or they understand the phrase. How it is being used and how it applies to the Calypso business.
Well, I hope so, because
that's important.
It's very interesting, because I myself have been thinking about a song along that line.
Yeah, I did that for free.
Yes.
You know, So I am really hoping that the judges understand that kind of language when it comes
that
to
is what
our
Duncan
Calypso.
meant.
Okay, so we have the mystery. We have, of course, our regular favorite. The Lord Thunder will be there. And I am hoping that he will shorten his song this time around because he almost took the Calypso Association to court some time back. They said that he sang.
Well, Cecil is his representative.
He said, "Hey, Caresha, they make me sing one verse." I said, "One verse, but you spent 10 minutes on the stage." He said, "That was just my first verse. I don't even sing my chorus yet." And they tell me come off the stage. So we have the Lord Thunder. We have, of course, there's going to be a reunion of Lady Bako and Sour Sour. Yeah, there's going to be a big reunion tonight, Lady Bako and Sour Sour. Of course, we have two of our best MCs in Dominica, Peter Pross and Maja Jeffers, who are going to be holding the stage tonight. We have some serious songs as well. There are a number of other guys. We have one or two newcomers. We have this guy from Ansdime, La Plume, who is coming with a very good number as well. So tonight looking like a bomb of a show. And of course we have Cornel Phillip and his combo who will be leading the charge. We have seating arrangement. We have VIP. We also have regular. Well, you can at the floor, the grounds. The show will start on time, bang on time.
8 o'clock?
The show will start at 8 o'clock. Tonight, as I mentioned earlier, we have advanced ticket sales going on as we speak at the Calypso House. So it promises to be a great show. The judges are ready. You will notice that almost 90% of the venue is covered. So you do not have a problem when it comes to rain. Of course, if you want to go close up to check the Calypsonian, please walk with your umbrella to you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it feels excited, and I think it's going to be excited. We have DBS who's going to be doing some streaming, I think video.
Live streaming.
And we also have I think Kyrie FM going to be on the broadcast as well. So DBS. So it looking promising, and we just want to encourage people to get their tickets early. Come to the Calypso House, listen to some sweet Calypso music while you are there, and feel free to contact me at 618-3794 if you want your VIP ticket, because we are very, very limited, and as soon as we sell the last one, we cut it off.
The guys and Duncan, wind up.
Yes, I just want to thank you again for gracing us with your presence. I wish you and your team all the best. From what I've heard, I have no doubt that you will steer the ship to greater heights, and all the best for this evening's show.
Thank you.
Again, I'd just like to congratulate the members of that new team, the new executive of the Dominica Calypso Association, and from the little report that we got from the president, the Caressa, there seem to be very, very good ideas, and we hope that the ideas that they were brought up today can be manifested into reality. We seem to have a promising season, and I wish each and every man, woman, competitor all the best for the season.
Of course, I also want to say all the best for the season. Again, congratulations to this new executive, and once again, thank you, Mr. President. Yes, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just want to big up our sponsors.
Yes, I was about to ask, yes.
I just want to big up our sponsors, especially for this evening. We have Josephine Gabriel and Company Limited, Coca-Cola, Heineken, and of course all the products that they supply. We also have Flo. Flo is on board this year. We want to thank Francine and her team for coming on board.
Big Edge.
Big Edge. Oh, Big Edge is always there. So I want to thank Big Edge, Belfast Trading. Oh wow. Look, I'm lost in my thought in terms of one of my sponsor I just got a while ago. But it's the West Indies insurance company. We want to thank them in a very special way. I'll make sure I get a correction later on. So those are some of the sponsors who have already committed, and we want to big them up in a very special way.
Thank you very much. And so that's how we take a wrap on Calypso Moments for today. Join us next week, Saturday, from 8 to 9:30, right here on DBS Radio. On behalf of the entire team, Carlisle John Baptist saying, see you at the elimination tonight.
Team, we're going to hit the streets to find out what makes people happy. Can you tell me what makes you happy?